That's what you think, and talk about me.
In this episode of the series, we're going to be talking about roaming and ganking. This is one of the topics I've been asked about the most, so I felt like it was definitely important to cover. The question I get the most is, when is the best time to roam and gank? Before I answer that, I want to address the misconception that it's only the assassin's job to roam and gank. Yes, the defined job of an assassin is to gank the ADC, but when it comes to roaming and ganking, that's a job everyone should be doing. A game like Mobile Legends is a team game. Every kill counts, and every time you roam, it could definitely be worth it depending on how you're looking at the situation. One of the biggest mistakes I used to make as an ADC is never roaming. I'd stay in my lane, I'd jungle, I'd be max level before anyone else, and anyone on the other team who crossed me would die. Then I had to realize, what good is all that power if I'm not using it to help my team who needs it most? I used to think I was super good because I could be MVP every game, and I thought I was super good because I could go just about every game without dying. It's my job to kill, and it's my job not to die, so technically I was doing my job, right? If we want to really get technical, this is a team game. So no, I wasn't doing my job. Yeah, it's true, I should deal damage and never die, but in a team game, you still have to be selfless and you still have to put your team first. I was finding myself with team comps and I was the only one capable of dealing damage. I always got mad at my team for dying, but even though they were tanks and they had crowd control, it doesn't mean they can survive the entire game without dying. The other team was getting stronger and stronger as time went by, and I'm the only one capable of killing them. So if I'm not helping, the other team will eventually kill my teammates no matter how tanky they are. And those kills here and there will eventually add up. Once I realized this, I started roaming the entire game, and to my surprise, I saw much better results. Now, I'm usually the one who covers the middle lane, so I'd push my lane all the way up to the enemy's tower, then I'd gank top or bottom lane. It's a constant thing of going back and forth between all the lanes, helping gank the enemies so that we can be the ones getting the kills instead of them. Now, in every situation, you're not going to be the ADC. It's also important to roam as tanks, mages, and even supports. Every game I get in, the majority of the team stays in one lane until late game when everyone is forced to come together and team fight, and even still I see random people in their one lane, but that's a whole other video. When you're in a lane, your goal should be to push up to the other team's tower, then roam and gank to try to get a kill. If you're a tank like Tigreal, you'll be bottom or top lane. Whenever you push that lane forward, why not go to the middle lane and try to help the ADC or whoever kill the person in that lane? Flicker behind them, then hit your ultimate, and it's an easy kill. If you're a mage, you have some sort of crowd control. When your lane is pushed up, go middle lane, stun, and burst, and that'll help whoever's in the middle get the kill. And also, if the top or bottom lane needs help bad, the person in the middle lane is the closest, so it's pretty wise for that person to go help whatever lane needs help. So if the person in the middle lane has to go help top, one of the people from the bottom should go cover mid while that person is gone. But I told you all in my first video, every single game is never going to be the same. It's very situational how you should move. Sometimes assassins shouldn't roam the entire game. For instance, most of the time when I play, no one roams on the other team, so it's 2 in the bottom lane and it's 2 in the top lane. If you're an assassin and you start roaming and you leave your teammate up top to handle 2 people by themselves, it's probably not going to end well for them if the other team picks up on the fact that you're never around to help. So in that situation, you should stay in the lane and only roam once you push the tower up. If your teammate can handle themselves and you know this, then it's actually smart for an assassin to roam at level 4. Unlike most heroes, at level 4 an assassin becomes deadly because of their ultimate. If you get to level 4 fast and you start ganking lanes and picking up kills before the other team even has their ultimates, that'll be a huge contribution to your team. Honestly, it's a team effort. Everyone should be watching the lane closest to them and supporting one another. Mix the right amount of farming and the right amount of ganking and supporting your team, and that alone will make you a great player. Even if you're a support, it can be helpful to roam. For instance, if you're Estus and your lane is pushed up, If you roam and help middle lane, you can give whoever's there more health, which will keep your teammate alive while catching the enemy off guard and allow your teammate to possibly pick up a kill. Like I said, this is definitely situational, and that's why the first video of this series was so important. You have to have great decision making. You have to know as an assassin when it's okay to roam for the whole game and when it's a bad idea. You have to be able to tell when someone else on your team has to roam and help a teammate, and you have to be ready to automatically roam and pick up their lane. The reason this is so important for you to know is because that knowledge will make you a great player, but also in Mobile Legends, no one communicates. If the ADC types in the chat, "I'm about to go gank this lane, come and watch my lane," by the time he sends that message, the lane he needs to help could go down. This is why communication is huge. All of this is so much easier when you can call this stuff out to each other, but sadly there's rarely communication, so second best thing is everyone knowing these basics and utilizing them so much it becomes common sense. Imagine every time a lane gets pushed up, your teammates come and help you get a kill. How much easier would the games be? Imagine the enemy team is about to kill you and you don't have to worry because you know someone is going to come help you. Imagine you see your teammates need you and you have to leave your lane to go help even though your lane isn't pushed up, but you won't have to worry because you know it's automatic that the other lane is going to cover your lane and help you out. When everyone has the mindset to roam, gank, and help one another, the games become very easy. Obviously, you have to know when to fit in jungling and pushing towers, but that goes back to being able to think and read each game. But that being said, I hope this video was helpful. There's so much more I could go into when it comes to ganking and roaming, but I'm gonna leave you all with this. Once this video hits 500 likes, I'll do part 2 and go even deeper into it. But also, don't forget to comment down below anything you want me to cover so I can be sure to get to all those topics you all need help on as well. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and turn on the notifications so you won't miss this series and other content that I upload. And I'll catch you all on the next one. Peace out.
If that's what you think, then talk about it.